Does your camera really matter all that much in photography? Today we're going to be putting that question to the test. I'm a professional landscape photographer, and Sophia is professionally adorable, but still quite new to photography. She'll be using a professional camera of her choosing, and I'll be using my iPhone 16 Pro. By the end of this, we'll finally be able to answer the question, is it camera or skill? Or at the very least, we're going to have some fun trying.
All right, so here's the situation. Sophia and I have... What are you doing? All right, so here's the... What are you doing? What? All right, so here's the situation. What are you doing? I just look over and you're like... Okay, you talk. I'll just do you.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Sophia, and that's Alex. And today, we're driving.
All right, so here's the situation. We have a 3,000-mile road trip from Ottawa to Arizona. There's some kind of Midwestern storm. We have to dodge Great Lake snow effects. And, you know, we decided instead of worrying about all that, we're going to have a little photo composition to spice up this trip, to make that 3,000 miles go by a little bit quicker. Specifically because I've been getting comments recently that people prefer your photos over my photos. Did you know this?
Nope, but thank you.
Well, that's what we're going to put to the test. We're going to see who's the better photographer in this video. But there's going to be a couple rules to hopefully keep it a little bit even.
Rules are good.
All right, so there's no further proof that the fact that we're actually on a really long road trip than having to come in and get our oil changed because we've driven too many miles on the trip. So that's a good time to actually talk about the rules. Now, the first rule is going to be, that you already know by clicking on this video, is that I'm going to be shooting on an iPhone. I always say that your iPhone could take absolutely amazing images, so we're really going to put that to the test. But I'm going to give you the option that you can shoot on my Canon R5 with a 14-35 lens, or on this camera, which is the Fuji X100VI. So you get a choice of what camera you want to shoot on. Which one do you want to shoot on?
I'll stick with mine.
It is her camera. So that makes the most sense. You know where the buttons are, you know how to use it. And
Yes.
It's a pretty great little camera. So the next rule is going to be that you cannot edit your images.
But I have filters built into my camera.
Filters are okay. So no editing, which is going to basically mean it's going to be very difficult for me, because if I could edit my iPhone images, I could usually get those pretty close to the camera. But because I have to just get them straight out of camera on the iPhone, that's going to be... I'm going to try their filters, and I'm actually going to use the button that's on the iPhone 16 Pro to do all of that, and we're going to try our best, but that's going to make it pretty difficult. The next one is going to be that you cannot change any settings. It's all automatic, and that's mostly because Sophia doesn't actually know the exposure triangle yet, because she's still pretty new to photography. However, we are going to be making a video on that exact topic. Us goofing around, Sophia learning the exposure triangle. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you're subscribed if that's something you want to see. Now, I'm even going to give you a leg up that you can change your aperture if you want to. So technically everything's automatic, but you're allowed to change your aperture. I can't possibly change my aperture on my iPhone. I'm starting to get really worried that I don't have a chance in this race. Okay, so the last rule is, well, I have multiple lenses. How many lenses do you have?
I've got one.
Okay, so fixed lens, I'm only going to use the main camera that's on the iPhone. That's how we're going to do the competition. The last thing is, at the end, we're going to choose our 5 favorite images, and then we're going to compare them, but you can't show them to me. You just got to take your 5 images, go through them yourself, and then at the end, we get to battle it out and see who likes the images better, which will be up to you guys in the comments. That's going to be the competition. How do you feel? How you feeling?
At this point, pretty confident. You know, I've got a lot of fans out there.
People have been continually saying, we need more Sophia images.
No, they're so kind.
I'm pretty sure you're going to end up winning this, but we're going to do our best. We're going to see which one will win, the iPhone versus the Fuji X100VI, and go. All right, what happened?
There's a snowstorm, and we're stuck in a hotel.
Well, whose idea was it to take a road trip across the country in January?
Somebody very silly. We're stuck in a hotel, going crazy.
Well, how many shots have you gotten so far, at least?
None.
Oh, well, that probably means I'm winning, because I've at least taken one shot.
You've taken a shot?
Yeah. Well, I'm not supposed to show you, but I guess I could show you this one. I think this is going to be my most prized shot here.
Hey, that's me.
I at least have one shot. So what are we going to do with the next couple days?
Well, I need to catch up. So, you want to take photos of the hotel hallways?
The hallways?
Yeah.
Oh, like kind of creepy vibes? Maybe like The Shining?
Black and white.
Oh, you can do that?
Yes, I have filters.
This is going to be tough. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
All right. Can I help you?
Yes, hello. What shots did you take?
I'm not showing you. You can't steal my shots.
But I want to copy you.
No, you can't copy my homework.
Oh, no.
What shots were you taking?
Give me your lunch money.
How's it going so far?
Well, I've taken 5 things, and they all really make me laugh. Yeah.
No. What?
Let me show you.
Oh, so you're shooting in black and white.
Cute. This is humor photography.
I shot these curtains.
Oh, nice.
That's all I've gotten so far. All right, so did you get anything good?
I don't know about that one.
Well, let's just say mine are, I'm trying to be artistic as possible.
So we currently are 0 for 0.
You don't know that. I may have gotten 1 or 2.
Okay.
I didn't know. I'm just putting the fear of God into our eyes.
Competition's fierce out here, guys.
Exactly. While we're holding hands.
So it's not very sticky.
A few days later, and it was safe enough to finally hit the road again. Well, some of us were a little more relaxed than others. One big road trip fail was being pretty bad at documenting state signs, but we did get Nebraska. After that, it was time for another night at a hotel with the fun activity of ice scraping in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, when are you gonna help me?
Well, I'm filming. Here, I'll get this.
Oh, so.
Yeah. Okay, I help. Okay, so after 2,000 miles of driving, today is the first day that we have had any sunlight, pretty much even gotten out of the car to take the time to look for some photos, because there's a lot of really interesting conditions right here with a bunch of frozen ice and snow on these trees, and most importantly, the sun is out and the roads are not treacherous. So it's been quite the road trip in terms of just focusing on the actual road, and now we're getting into some photography. It's actually really, really beautiful. We're gonna try to find some photos really quick before we freeze, because both of us are in our nice winter jackets, but we're also wearing comfy pants for road travel. So my legs, well, they feel like little icicles. So how are you feeling?
I'm okay right now.
Okay, good. You ready to shoot some photos?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. What were you shooting? What? No, this is not the competition. No.
What if I just do 5 photos of you?
Ah, jeez. That's pretty.
And that one you can't steal.
Oh, I'm stealing it.
Nope.
Yep,
Nope.
that's pretty.
I got here first. My snow tracks are here first.
No, we're stealing it.
Not allowed. Hey.
What is this? I'm being bullied.
Sabotage.
I'm not allowed to take the shot?
No, this is mine.
Fine. Are your ears cold?
Yeah.
Or are you just tired of listening to me?
Tears tapping on a tin roof, writing songs just to feel you. Colors changing all around as the leaves fall down. Say you won't leave, and I hope so, 'cause I don't ever.
Hey, this was my tree. You came over here and stole my shot.
No, I don't see your footprints.
You're standing on them.
No, these ones are mine, see?
No, those right there.
Which one?
Did you get any good photos?
I think so. You better be scared.
I don't think I got anything.
Nothing?
Using the phone is hard with all the little, well, my hand's frozen. Trying to manipulate all the stuff on screen with the bright sun, and I got no EVF to look through. I can't see what I'm doing. My hand's literally frozen, so I'm trying to move the thing, and I'm hitting the wrong buttons and stuff.
All of a sudden, your thumbs at all the photos.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that.
No, I got some gloves in some of my photos. That was fun.
Okay, let's hit the road. I'm glad we finally got out and got to take some photos of something, even though I can't feel my hand.
Colors changing all around as the leaves fall down. Say you won't leave, and I hope so.
Okay, a little pit stop to see an old friend.
Hello.
Hello? Where's Doofus?
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, bud. Oh. Hi.
Not only did I see some old friends, I also got to reunite with my beloved, my dearest, and reliable, Ross. This also means our road trip turned into a small caravan, and we were on our way to Arizona.
So, 'cause I don't ever wanna let go, and pressure builds slow, but does it make diamonds? I don't know.
Well, Alex, I've got good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
The good news is we made it to Arizona.
Oh, is that where we are?
Yes. Look at the rocks and the cacti.
It's really pretty.
It's so pretty.
Well, what's the bad news?
Well, our road trip is over, and I don't have enough photos.
What, you didn't take really good photos in that hotel? I think I have about one photo currently. Because the road trip was absolutely treacherous. I think we got out literally one time to take photos.
Yeah, the weather was not on our side.
For 4 days straight, just driving 3,000 miles, just sweating profusely. Just scared shitless as a little Florida boy driving in the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have any photos, so we probably need to take some more photos.
Are we allowed to take more photos now that the road trip is over?
Yeah, why not? I didn't make the rules.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well then yeah, let's take some more photos.
Okay, great. Excuse me?
Yes?
What is that?
What is what?
That's not your iPhone.
How can you tell?
What do you mean?
Well, I couldn't get the reach. I needed the extra reach, so I just grabbed this camera. This isn't gonna, I'm not gonna put this in the, you're not gonna know that I put this in the competition.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Somebody in the comments will come to my defense.
can I still take the shot
Yeah,
for
but
myself?
not in the competition.
Okay, yes ma'am.
But does it make diamonds? I don't know.
Hey, I was just taking this shot.
This is my rock.
That's a nice shot. It's a little dark. Okay, there you go. Oh.
That's too bright.
Are you asking me for photo tips?
Yes.
Well, this is a competition. I can't be helping you.
But how do I fix it?
You're on your own. No, you can't ask. Okay, fine. All right, so there's two things I love about shooting in the desert. One, I can feel my hands because I'm not freezing. And two, I'm not worried about slipping on ice. It's been pretty great.
Those are good things.
How do you feel about this little canyon we found?
Oh my gosh, it's so nice being in Arizona. It's so pretty.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love this desert burn. Did you get any good photos?
I think so.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna have a tough time picking.
You got that many good ones? This is not going to be good. I will say, trying to use a little control dial on the iPhone here, way easier. Remember when we stopped in the middle of Nebraska and it was like -15 or whatever and there was snow? Yeah, I could not feel my hand because the little thing doesn't work with my gloves on. So I had to take my glove off.
Does it work when your finger's frozen?
I don't work when my finger's frozen. But trying to change that little filter thing is just, and trying to get it all right in camera, well, it's proving to be very difficult. So I'm missing having dedicated buttons. And I'm a little worried that if you're like, oh, it's going to be hard to choose from. Meanwhile, I'm like, am I going to choose even one? Because all of them feel, well, we'll have to wait and see. So it was absolutely beautiful. I'm just glad we got to actually get out and take some photos.
Yes, me too.
And not be freezing today.
Sophia and I still weren't quite satisfied with our images, so we ventured to a spot neither of us had ever been, Petrified Forest National Park. Established as a national park in 1962, Petrified Forest is most notably known for its abundance of petrified wood. I know. It took a lot of research to figure that one out, so make sure you're subscribed if that impressed you. Most of the petrified wood here is over 200 million years old. There's also a rich history of people and dinosaurs with over 1,200 archaeological sites found within the park. As for photography, there's endless opportunities, but there's a catch. This park is only open during the day, after sunrise and before sunset. This challenge meant Sophia and I didn't get to photograph much softer light and definitely felt rushed in our efforts. Oh, and not to mention it was incredibly windy while we were there.
Oh my gosh, it's so windy.
Thus, we focused our efforts on just taking photos. I'd say we both got one or two we really enjoyed, which you'll see very shortly. Some fierce competition over here. Dual laptops? I can't look at the images. I'm not allowed. That's part of the rules. I can't see them yet.
Oh, you can look at this one.
No, I'm censoring.
Okay.
Wait, what? What is this?
Number one pick.
All right, well, we were planning on doing this outside, but considering the theme of this video has just been frigid cold, we're gonna do it inside. And the first thing I wanted to ask was, before we take a look at the photos, was there anything that you enjoyed, that was hard, that was surprising about the experience of this little fun competition?
It was fun. Honestly, I had a good time. With the competition, it gave me more of a motivation to go and take photos and think about taking photos, basically, instead of just sitting and yapping.
What you mean is that you were shooting with intention rather than just walking around and capturing memories. There was a bit more thought behind shooting the photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Was there anything difficult? Was there anything you wish you could do better, or was it just all pretty easy for you?
Well, I think still a lot of the settings on the camera are a little bit foreign to me. So there's times where the colors and the lighting and the exposure didn't come out the way I wanted to.
Well, just a reminder, we will be going over the exposure triangle in a future video. But if you don't have time for that, you could also check out today's sponsor, Skillshare. Recently, I found myself writing a lot more narratives for this channel, and as someone who went to college for engineering and math, the last thing I ever thought I would be doing in my daily life was writing. So I've been spending some time learning about better techniques to generate creativity and foundational skills for good storytelling through Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. If you're new to photography and want a step-by-step guide to understanding the basics, Sean Dalton's Photography Essentials covers it all. What about a 9-hour course on everything you could possibly want to know about Lightroom that even includes project files to follow along with? Adobe certified trainer Daniel Scott's class is incredibly in-depth. Or maybe you want an in-depth guide to editing your landscape images like Daniel Gastiker's class. There are classes and resources for all levels, plus endless opportunities to learn new skills or hobbies you might be interested in. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so get started today. Once again, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Some things that I had trouble with in this video were two things. One, not being able to edit my iPhone images was a huge restriction, mostly because there's a lot of power in the iPhone. There's a lot of power in phones in general, but a lot of the looks that are baked in even using the filters or the styles and the tone that iPhone introduced on the iPhone 16 Pro still wasn't really enough to kind of get it to look more natural. It just has a really over-sharpened look. Sometimes getting the colors correct was very difficult. And I'm actually going to show you a few of the images that I struggled with where it's not my best image, but it's an image where I'm like, if I could edit this with just very basic tweaks, I think the foundation of the image that I took is much better. Why you give me that? What is it?
I think you did a great job.
You haven't even seen the images yet.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Oh, wow, okay. The second most difficult thing in the field was just not having any tactile controls, like it just being a phone, especially in the winter. I'm wearing gloves, my fingers are frozen, then I have to take my glove off to actually use it. I really struggled with that. So without further ado, those are my initial thoughts of this challenge. Do you want to take a look at the images and see who won?
Let's do it.
Okay, why don't you tell me about this image?
This is one of the infamous hotel photos.
Infamous hotel photos?
Yes, I got one. I took many photos that were not perfectly aligned, but this one worked out and is very square.
You got almost everything perfect. The actual border of the frame through the image is almost like perfect, and the light is really aligned. Like the actual framing of the image is like really spectacular.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a great image. I took a very similar image, but it's much worse on my phone, and I did not get the alignment nearly as well. But I really like it in terms of everything about how you framed it. I mean, the framing is perfect. I'm actually like super impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah, okay. This is my winter tree photo. I had a whole bunch of these.
Yeah, I have
As you can remember, it was my idea.
Okay. Well, I don't have any winter tree photos in what I'm going to show you.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
I really like the contrast of the white of the trees and the dark of the bark and the blue of the sky.
Do you remember what filter you had for this or what recipe you were using? Any idea?
Either Kodak.
Probably Portra, because the gold one typically has like
More yellow.
a bit of warmth to it. Yeah. I like your image a lot. The ones I took kind of filled the whole frame with the tree. So I like that you have this blue space on the right. It's really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a couple of those, but in the end I picked this one just because it felt
like it.
prettier.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, this is nice.
Thanks.
This has like a very classic feel.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like I'm looking through a photo album from the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's just got that.
Very film camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of great. This is actually, I'm almost positive this is Kodak Gold. Also, if you're interested in the film recipes, I'll try to have them linked down below for any of the ones that we can actually figure out, because sometimes it's hard to remember which ones are which. I can tell by the amount of grain in this that it's definitely Kodak Gold.
Yeah. I mean, this scene was so pretty and the light was so good that, I could take whatever picture and then they all turn out nicely.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I have a similar shot, but because I'm at 24 mil and you're at 35, I really felt like 24, I couldn't get in enough. And without being able to crop, I couldn't do a whole lot. So really beautiful image.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like that you didn't, like in the bottom left down here, the shadow is cut almost right to the corner. So you almost have the line all the way through the image rather than having the light also down here. It's just like perfectly here. So.
Yes, that was definitely planned.
Well, maybe you just did it instinctively.
No, thank you so much. Okay, number 4.
Oh, I really like this one.
So this is the Wes Anderson film preset.
Yes. I have to ask you, because when we were getting out of the car in the parking lot, I don't even know if you were planning on grabbing your camera. So do you want to tell me a little bit about this photo?
Alex in the car was like, secret tip, you should take a picture of this using this filter.
How did it work out?
Great. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And what's interesting is, in my mind, I was like, I would love to shoot this exact photo with the Fuji, because when I went to take it, again, because I'm on that 24 mil, our shadows are just in the shot, and it does not look very good.
Yeah.
But 35 was perfect. This is a great image. This is what I'm talking about, because I'm going to put my image on the screen right now. I envisioned this, but because I can't edit or crop it and I'm stuck at that 24 mil, I just couldn't take the image I wanted to take, and that's a lot of the frustration I had, even though I could envision it. Great photo, no edits, the horizon line is perfectly straight, it's clear you took your time. I really like it.
This is the third photo. I took 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I took a bunch too, because when not being able to edit and stuff, you kind of have to be like, okay, I need multiple just in case I
Yeah.
didn't get it right.
And this is my last one.
Oh, this is nice. This is in Petrified Forest, just like the last one was. What do you like about this one?
I really like this log. It looks like cut sushi, and I think that's so funny. It's so great. But I think out of all the photos, I like this one the best.
So interestingly enough, I like the subject. There's a lot of, it's kind of like when you see it, you're like, what am I looking at? There's a bit of curiosity there. I really like the subject matter and stuff though. It's a great, and the way you compose the image is really nice. You didn't put this left element, this left petrified piece of wood too far on the left, because if you had put it at the frame edge, it would not have come out as well, I think. It's really nice.
And I like the colors and everything.
The colors are really nice.
The light was good.
Really nice image though, I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, you ready to go next?
Yes,
That was all 5, right?
that's all 5.
What? All right, so the first image I'm showing is going to be one that I took of another petrified piece of wood, and I just liked the elements in this image. Now, the issue with this image is you're going to notice the background is blurred out, like it's out of focus. That's because I'm actually pretty close to it on the iPhone. I actually don't want that. I would have loved to have the other pieces of petrified wood in focus, but again, a limitation of the iPhone. The other thing that I wish I could have done on this one is it's a little bit too red or orange. That's something I'd probably fix if I was going to edit it. But again, I'm changing all of those tones right on the screen in the sun. I have no EVF. It's hard for me to see. My hands are freezing. It was so windy. So
It really was.
It was tough to take some of these images. So what do you have any?
Nice. It looks like a cracked open geode.
So one thing that I ended up doing a lot on the iPhone was just shooting in black and white for 2 reasons. One, we had a lot of blue skies and a lot of contrast between that blue and the subjects we were taking. But most importantly, it's just that I could hide a lot of the drawbacks of shooting right on the phone by shooting in black and white. I don't have to worry about the colors being too oversaturated. I don't have to worry about different tones. I don't have to have, a lot of the times phones are shooting very sharp and almost like too much clarity is a better terminology. But by shooting really contrasty black and whites, it actually works. So that's why I shot this one, particularly in black and white. I don't think my composition is great. The things that I wanted to do were that top right corner to not be at the edge, but then I also couldn't get the bottom edge perfectly. So once again, if I had just a little bit of ability to step back and zoom in, would have been great. So that was that image.
The little wood posts look like little horns with the black and white.
Thanks.
They look very menacing.
I did that on purpose.
Very menacing photo.
All right, next. So this one, honestly, is just a random one I think I took as I was walking back to the car. Compositionally, it's not great, but I actually really loved the way the phone actually captured the contrast of the light on this just sandstone. It was literally just at my feet. I don't think this is one of my best images, but I think that if I had spent more time photographing just some sandstone like this, I actually really just like the way the color and the light was straight out of the phone, and that's why I included it. I think it looks pretty good. All right, so you know how I said I didn't have any tree photos in here?
Yeah.
Well, I lied.
Yeah.
So I actually have 2. So intentionally, the black and white one is the one that I was planning on going with. And I think it's the strongest one out of these. And again, going back to the strengths of the black and white on the phone, you know, that's what I was trying to shoot with. Whereas all the colors, even the more saturated blue filters I was using and stuff, I didn't like as much, but I included one here to show you kind of the difference between just shooting in the sky. In terms of your composition, I think your composition was a little bit stronger than mine, just straight out of camera, whereas this one I was trying to get, you can see in the top left it's brighter, in the bottom right it's darker, and there's almost this transition, but I can't do that without editing. So that has been, you know, obviously a struggle for me.
I think it makes sense. This is actually really cool. I like it in black and white.
I think your composition was honestly probably a little bit better, but I wasn't allowed to take it, so I had to come up with my own shot. And I tried my best, okay?
You did great.
Okay, so next up is an example of an image that's more about the thought than the actual execution, where this image is very close to what I wanted. I just really love the path. This is actually just a rest area stop that we stopped at, but I just love the architecture and the bushes and the path leading to it. And with this, like a very slight amount of editing, like I couldn't get the colors right on the camera, but this is the image that I think with just a little bit of editing, I actually think would turn out really well. If it was just like, for example, if I shot this in the Wes Anderson film look that we have, I think it would look great. I just didn't have the ability to get it right. But this is an image that's more about the subject and the composition than it was the actual execution, because I just couldn't get it how I wanted it to. This is also an example. This one is worse, but I think if I was able to change a bit of it, edit a little bit differently, the contrast of brick to whatever that is, metal, I guess, I just really liked. So, any thoughts behind these two?
No, I got no thoughts.
You don't like it?
It's okay.
Okay.
I like your tree photo better.
Okay, so you don't like this one?
Not my top one.
You could be honest.
Yep.
This is my favorite image, though, that I took. That's my favorite one. You didn't take any selfies on yours. Also, I cheated. I didn't use the main camera on this. This is the selfie camera.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. So.
Very cute.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. You guys have to let us know who won in the comments. I'm pretty sure it was Sophia. Some of your compositions were honestly way better than mine. So, like that one of the hotel shot, I feel like if the hotel was more interesting or whatever, but compositionally, your intention with the photo was just really strong. I really like that one.
Thank you. I liked your black and white tree.
Thanks.
That one was really cool to me.
Well, technically, I stole it.
That's why I like it.
Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, consider subscribing if you want to see more content of Sophia learning the exposure triangle. And that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed. You have any words of, maybe there's got to be a rainbow out there somewhere?
You just gotta find it.
Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Later. Okay, what are you going to photograph?
You?
No. No. No.